There's a very good chance that you've done some mental calculation in the last couple of days in your head about your money situation, and you really didn't like that picture that you saw. And to be honest, I've done the same thing. There are times where I feel like I've fallen behind and I'm not doing good enough with my money. I get that feeling a lot. But here's the thing I want you to get today. There's a gap between how bad your money feels right now and what the actual numbers say. And it's something called money dysmorphia, where you get the sense that your financial reality, it doesn't really match the actual situation. So today I'm going to walk you through some signs that you might be better with money than you think. And because feeling behind and being behind, they are not the same thing. That is the actual definition of financial dysmorphia. So we're going to talk about that in detail. So stick around to the end of this video. You are absolutely going to love it. Let's get into it. Now, the first sign is you have any retirement savings at all. Like you have retirement savings altogether, even if it's a small amount. That's the first sign. So I know RSP conversation stresses people out, but the fact that you have anything in an RSP to begin with, or anything in a group pension scheme, even in a TFSA, the fact that you have some money saved for retirement, you're already doing better than a lot of people. The average expected age in Canada has crept up from 58 years a couple of years ago to 63 years now. So that tells you that a lot of people are not where they are. A lot of people are not where they should be for retirement. So you still have some time to catch up. Even if you have a small balance, that's not nothing. That is something significant. You should already have a financial habit that helps you get that small balance in there in the first place. So if you're able to put down something for retirement, that is one sign that you're doing better with your money than most people. The second sign is you can handle a surprise expense without reaching for a credit card. And this is a big one because almost half of Canadians, I'm talking 49% in one recent survey, say they have no emergency savings whatsoever. So think about that for a minute. 49% of people say they don't have any emergency savings whatsoever. That means if something happens, it's going to send them into, I don't want to say it, it's just going to send them falling off the cliff. And 53% of people say they are relying on their next payday just to get by. So these are scary numbers, honestly. I don't know how else to put it. These are like very scary numbers. But if you are able to get through a small emergency with some money you saved, you're already doing better than 49% of most people. If you're able to get through each pay cycle without dipping into your credit card, you're already getting better. You're already doing better than 53% of people. So think about that for a minute, and I hope this helps you feel better about your money situation. The third sign is actually an interesting one, and I really like this one. The third sign is you're carrying debt that is mostly of the good kind. Sounds contradictory, I know. I would classify debt in two forms. One, there's the bad debt and there's the good debt. Now, not all debts are created equal. So if most of what you owe, if most of the debt you're carrying is mortgage debt, which is what I'll call a good kind of debt, compared to high interest credit card debt or payday loans or things like that, which I would classify as bad debt, you're completely looking at two different financial pictures, or you're looking at two different classifications of debt in this regard, even if the total amount looks completely different, because the mortgage balance is typically higher than your payday loans, your high interest loans, and even your credit card debts all put together. Now, when I talked about mortgage being a good kind of debt, I'm talking about the angle of mortgage building equity, because as you pay down your mortgage each month, the amount or the share of ownership you have in that house, it increases. So mortgage is treated differently by lenders, and fun fact, mortgage is one of the largest chunk of debt that most Canadians actually carry, next to credit card debts and auto loans as well. So those two are close second. So when you separate mortgage debt, which is debt that is building something, from the other type of debt, which is debt that's just costing you money, that distinction alone can change how you feel about your debt balance. And that is something critical and something key I want you to take away from this video. The fourth sign is you roughly know where your money goes each month. And this one is actually a big one, because at the end of the month, most people tend to wonder, okay, I just received $5,000 this month, 2005, where did all that money go? right? You don't need a color-coded spreadsheet to track your money. But if you could tell me off the top of your head your 3 biggest expenses that you had last month, that is a form of financial control that most people do not have. And here's what I think about this. You can only have this amount of control over your money when you review your accounts at least once a year. If you don't know the things you spent your money on last month, how would you know the things to control this month? How would you know what is costing you money this month? Or how would you know the things that you need to put your finger on and say, hey, this is getting too much, I need to control this expense? Having that awareness is the actual foundation of growth. Having that awareness is where the real progress starts from. Things like budgeting apps, your bank statement reviews, any other method that you might find, any other method that works for you, the fact that you are paying attention to where your money goes, you're doing more work, you're making more progress than most people will actually give you credit for. And in an AI age, you can leverage AI to review your bank statements. You can also leverage AI to tell you how you can improve with your spend. So if you want an AI prompt that can help you do that, let me know in the comments, drop your email and I'll ship it off to you. Now, this brings us to sign number 5, which is you spend with intention and not by trends. This one is key. This one is something you see each and every day. If I ask you the number of adverts that you see on just 5 minutes on Instagram, that amount is crazy. The amount of adverts you see on TikTok, Instagram in a single hour is ridiculous. And here's why this actually matters. If you're making spending decisions based on what actually matters to you versus what your group chat or what social media feeds are actually telling you, that is a form of financial maturity that is very underrated. It means you are able to make decisions for yourself without external influences. And with, like I said earlier, with the technology we have right now, there's a huge amount of external influences. Like you watch movies, you see ads, you see product placements, you scroll on social media, same thing. You talk about the product, next thing you're seeing that product as targeted ads because the phones are listening, devices are listening, all kind of things. If you are able to put all of those external influences aside, those marketing, influencer noise, if you're able to put all of them aside and make decisions that are right for you, trust me, you are stronger and you have grown a lot more than most people will give credit for. So being able to cut through all that noise and spend on the relevant thing is a superpower that nobody has, and you should be proud of it if you're in that category. Number 6, you're able to pay down your debt with a plan, not just paying down the minimums and hoping the debt magically disappears. It doesn't work that way. If you're paying the minimums, you're going to pay that debt for a long time. So raise your hand if you've checked your credit card statement and you've seen that line that says, oh, by paying the minimum, it will take you XYZ number of years to pay off this credit card balance. And I'll give you an example. Let's say you are paying off $2,000 credit card balance and your minimum payment is $10. If you divide $2,000 by 10, that means it will take you 200 months to pay off that balance. That is paying the minimum. But if you increase it and pay off everything you owe by paying off the entire $2,000 in 1 month, you don't get to pay any interest. You don't get to carry over a bad credit score. You're free to roll over that to the next month. So over 60% of Canadians say half of their income is already spoken for before it even lands. That's ridiculous, like 60% of people. And this is according to an MNP Consumer Debt Index. So just having a deliberate strategy, even if it's something like paying an extra $50 to your highest interest card every month, it puts you in a completely different category. Every extra payment above the minimum reduces your interest and your interest payoff time. That's also something to keep in mind of. So with this, you should be able to pay off your debt quicker than planned. Speaking of this debt payment, in a separate video, I'm going to talk about how I'm paying off my car by making off extra payments. So stick around and watch for that one. Number 7, you've started investing even a small borrowing recurring amount. Like I said in a couple of my videos, like I said, most times investing is not as glamorous as you see on TV, where someone just clicking some money or someone just always shaking hands and signing deals. Investing is mostly boring sometimes, and I talk about this a lot. So my approach is boring on purpose. My approach is to do a recurring amount every month that goes into XQT. I just set it and I forget it. So you don't need a lump sum of money for you to count yourself as an investor. Remember that time in the market is doing more for you than the size of any investment contribution you might make. So if you've started making even a $25 investment from your paycheck, that habit is going to help you when you start earning more, and when you are able to put in maybe $250 or $500 into the stock market with every income you earn. Here's what I want you to take from this video after going through all of these signs. Even though you might not be where you want to be currently, even though you might be genuinely struggling and we might not be seeing the big progress that we want with our money at this point in time, with any of these signs, if you're able to hit any of these signs, maybe you hit one or two or a combination of all of them, you can rest knowing that you're making gradual progress towards your money goals and towards security, which is the key part of where we want to be with life. We want to be secure with our money. We want to also hit our money goals. So drop a comment and let me know which of these signs surprised you. Also, let me know which signs you're currently working on. Let me know if you're interested in guidance or maybe like a one-on-one consultation on how to get towards a better place with your money goals. And if you want to do a bank statement freebie, if you want the AI prompt that will help you review your bank statement, also let me know and I'll ship that over to you. Like, share, subscribe, tell somebody about my channel, and I'll see you on the next one.